Good morning. I'm Charles Edmonds, Director of Schools in Jefferson County. So glad to be speaking with you this morning about our school system and the many happenings going on. I'd like first to say a little bit about our school system for those of you, the parents who may not know, or the public generally about our school system. We are, of course, a public school system, and we are supported by all of our patrons and taxpayers in this county. We have a school system of some 7,200 students. Employees, about 1,200 employees, a budget of approximately $60 million. We feed more meals than anyone else in the county. We transport more people than anyone else with our transportation system twice a day. We have one of the biggest capital projects budgets, of course, in the county because of many schools that we build and maintain. So it's quite an operation. We have a very quality, I think, school system. I'm especially proud of our staff that we have. As I mentioned, we have about 1,200 employees, some 500 of them teachers, certified personnel, and then support workers in the area of maintenance and upkeep, custodians, secretaries, bookkeepers, lunchroom workers, bus drivers. And if you think about the comprehensiveness of what we're involved in, public schools are a big business, and we want to be good stewards of our system and of the money the taxpayers provides for us, and we're very glad to serve the school system. I've been here, this is my 4th year. It's been a great and enjoyable experience. We've had a lot of goals that we've set for our school system, academically, especially because that's what we're about. But certainly we've tried to enhance the environment in which we teach. We've tried to improve our facilities with major capital outlay expenses in new schools. We've been heavily enrolled in using modular classrooms. Some 3 years ago we had over 60-something different modular classrooms that our children were attending that were temporary housing. It was time to get out of those because they're not only conducive to learning as facilities should be, they were also at times when we had bad weather not very safe. So we're certainly glad that we've been able to work with the County Commission to achieve funding so that we might be able to address those needs that we had in the facilities area. We opened Mount Horeb School last August. We'll be opening the Patriot Academy for freshmen only in a few days. We'll be enrolling some 650 students as freshmen, which is our largest freshman class ever, as I understand it. A lot of construction going on at this time as parents bring their children into school, or as patrons drive by our schools. You'll see a lot still going on. We have a lot to do in the next few days as we try to get the Freshman Academy open and as we do work on the high school. The high school is going through a thorough renovation, a $25 million project. It's going to take approximately 2.5 years. During that time, we're going to be transitioning and moving students around in order to open up pods at the high school. Thankfully, the high school is designed in such a way, it was when it was built in the mid-70s, so that you can take part of the building at a time and renovate it and still have school. So with some 1,700 kids still remaining there, 1,600 to 1,700 kids, it's going to be a lot to do to be able to provide major construction at a time we're still having school. Of course, we had a natural, I guess you'd say, disaster in that the roof did collapse on our Building 8, which is our vocational building, career and technical education facility, displacing some 9 teachers. So we've had to relocate them and try and relocate the shops. But we will have our vocational program this year, and we will manage to overcome this problem that we have faced with the collapsed roof. Again, I want to thank the County Commission for funding what they have. The Board of Education has put forward over a period of time several proposed improvements, and we have secured funding for that. So I want to thank the Board of Education for their vision and for their assistance on moving forward and providing the best program we could in a good environment for our students and for the County Commission in going ahead and funding what we needed to get these facilities underway. As I said, our main thrust always is academic. There's been a major shift in a lot of philosophy in the Tennessee public schools. We feel like that our public schools are the foundation of our education of the children in this state and our nation. It's the public schools that educate most of our children, and that has been the case and will always be the case. Private sector provides some assistance, certainly, and we're certainly glad that they're able to exist and provide education, but we're about public schools, not charter schools or voucher systems and things of that nature. It's very important that we keep a viable public school system because most of our children have to go to public schools, and we want them to be the best they can be with the best curriculum we can have. Oftentimes there's disagreement about what's offered, when it's offered, and accountability movement as to who should be responsible if students are not achieving. It's a long debate that's gone on for decades as to where we rank in the world. I think we have the best school system in America that we have anywhere in the world. We educate all our children. We take them regardless of their background, regardless of any disabilities they may bring to their environment in school. And we take them all where they are, and we take them as far as we can. Our children spend about 7 hours with us a day. The rest of the time they're not with us. But when we have them, we do the best we can. The accountability movement has taken the shift to where there's a lot of emphasis on teacher improvement through a new evaluation system that the teachers have had to adjust to, and we certainly don't mind our teachers, and I know they don't mind being accountable for what they do as long as it's fair. And we feel like that some fairness is coming to the process that at times we had some misgivings about. Also, we had big changes in terms of the tenure system for teachers changing, which has had an impact on longevity for teachers in some cases, or could have. As we work through that, we will also make that work. From our standpoint, from mine and our staff from the central office, and from the Board of Education, we want to do what's best for children. What's best for teachers is best for children. We want to improve our teachers, and we think we are doing that. Our schools are improving. Our academic progress is improving, as you'll hear in a few minutes. I am concerned about some initiatives of the state where I think that sometimes groups get together and they influence education, and some of those folks have never taught in public schools, never worked in public schools. Some of them never even attended the public schools. They don't know the issues, the concerns, the challenges we have in the public schools. So as we move forward, I want to remind folks morale of teachers is very important, because when they close the door and start their lessons, it's what the teachers do in that classroom that matters. And morale is so important, and we must continue to help keep good teacher morale and to furnish them what they need to teach. There's a proposal on the table to change the way we pay teachers, and I'm very concerned about that. But we want to make sure that those who've put in so many years in the school system get rewarded for the number of years they have worked, as well as those who have gone on to get professional degrees and earned advanced degrees. They get paid for those. We don't mind a system of pay which recognizes those who go above and beyond and may perform at the highest level. We shouldn't forget all of our teachers who need to be reimbursed or paid for the services they provide that are so vital to us. Most of our teachers, 99% of our teachers, need to be in the classroom. You always have that 1% that you need to work with, and we'll continue to do that. I want to welcome our students back, welcome our parents to always know they can come into our schools and be a part of our program. And I want to tell our teachers we appreciate what you're doing, our support workers, because it takes all of us, from the janitorial to the lunchroom to the bus drivers to all of our personnel, and classroom teachers, administrators, supervisors. It is a big operation, and we're very happy to be a part of it, and I'm very happy to provide leadership for the school system. Thank you for talking with us today. I'd like to introduce Ms. Sherry Finchum, who is Director of Elementary Education and other programs, Ms. Ruth Pohlman, who is Director of Secondary Education and other programs also, and they will have some information for you. Always please feel welcome to come in our schools and be a part of our school program. Thank you.
We're very excited to start a new year here in Jefferson County Schools. We have 4 non-negotiables I want to share with the parents. The teachers and our staff are already aware of these. The first non-negotiable is we are going to offer Common Core state standards. That is a high-quality set of standards that have been set forth by the State Department of Education. and we're going to ensure that those are offered in every classroom. We're also going to offer high-quality instruction. We focus on that on a regular basis with our professional development activities with our teachers, and we want to ensure that all of the students in this county will be offered that high-quality instruction. We're also going to do our best to differentiate that instruction for individual student needs. Every student learns in a different way. Every student is in a different place in the learning process. So we're going to focus skill by skill and student by student with that high quality instruction. And then we're going to make sure that we have a balanced assessment program. That means on a daily basis our teachers are checking where our students are in the learning process. We will also have summative assessments that are end of the unit assessments, and then of course we have our end of the year state testing program. And along the way there'll be some writing assessments, there'll be some specific math problem-solving types of questions for our students, and that is part of our balanced assessment. So we want to be sure that there are many different avenues for our students to show their achievement. A couple of things about the beginning of school that are different this year. Our new student registration will be on August the 5th. We will not be running buses that day. In the past we've done a half-day program and we've run our buses, and the only students that need to come and register on August the 5th are new students to our county. If you were in our schools last year, we know who you are, and you're in the database for our attendance program, and so you do not need to come until August the 8th. August the 8th is our first student day, and that will be a full day for our students, and of course bus service will run on that day. Also, one of the things that's going to be a little bit different, and we really need cooperation from our parents on this one, we are going to be teaching bell to bell. That means we're going to start school at 8 o'clock and we're going to end school at 3 o'clock. So, and that's at our elementary and our K-8 schools. Our high school and our Patriot Academy will run a little bit of a different schedule. I think their schedule is 8:15 to 3:20. And so that helps our buses, but everyone is going to get in a full day of school. So what we're asking our parents to do is please help us by scheduling all of your appointments either prior to that time and mostly after that time. Because of our focus on teaching bell to bell, our 5th grade band program is going to change slightly. That program is actually going to be an after school or a before school program. So if you're interested in your 5th grade student participating in our band program, we need for you can speak to the principal, you can speak to the music teacher. In many circumstances, the band instructor is also the music teacher, and we're going to be utilizing our music teachers a little bit more than in the past. But if you are interested, please speak to the music teacher, or the principal knows about that as well. I want to talk to you just a little bit about our community literacy outreach program, Reach for Reading. We're really excited. We have a new reading series. National Geographic is the publisher along with Cengage Learning. Beautiful selections focused on our nonfiction. Part of the Common Core standards ask our students to be reading much more nonfiction. And so with that, National Geographic and our core reading program is going to be utilizing the content areas of both science and social studies for our student reading selections. Beautiful, beautiful text. Our teachers are very excited. They've already been in professional development this summer getting ready for this. And we're very excited to offer this program to our students. Our community literacy program that's focused around this Reach for Reading program there will be a kickoff on August the 1st, and be watching in your parent newsletters as they come home with your children to see what community programs and community agencies will be helping us to participate in this program. One of the exciting aspects of this program is going to be a book exchange. There'll be a specific location in your community where you may go and pick up a new book, and then when you're finished with that, you bring it back and exchange it for a new book. As always, we'll be doing some of our take-home readers. That's part of our classroom initiatives, and we just ask that parents and students participate in that program. the more we read, the better our students do in all aspects of school. So we know that reading is the foundational piece to supporting our education for our students. And I think that's all for today. Thanks.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about some middle and high school information at the start of the school year. Our link date will be August 5th at the New Patriot Academy. This is the first full day of school for freshmen. The teachers will be taking attendance. Buses will pick students up at each of the 4 middle schools between 8:20 and 8:35. And of course, parents are still able to drop their students off at the Patriot Academy on August 5th. There will be no return buses back to the schools. The open house for parents will be at 4 o'clock in the gym, and you will reunite with your students at 4:30. At the middle schools, we will have 6th grade orientation at Maury Middle School on August 2nd from 4 to 6 p.m., and then at Jefferson Middle School on August 6th at 5 p.m. As far as assessment goes, we are now getting our testing data in from the last school year, and we are very pleased that we have increased the percent of proficient and advanced students in several academic areas. We are on an upward trend in Jefferson County in both achievement and progress, and we are very excited about the start of a new school year. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Tracy Sands and Mr. Jerry Bowler at Rush Strong School. Those of you in Strawberry Plains will notice those 2 new administrators. Dr. Sands is the principal, and Mr. Bowler is coming from Piedmont as the assistant principal. Welcome.
I want to thank you again for the opportunity this morning for us to be able to speak to our constituents, to those that we serve, our public at large, particularly our parents, students, and I especially want to thank the employees we have in the school system for the great job we do. I didn't mention all of our directors and supervisors, but they provide so much supervision and direction as we try to run a large school system. As I mentioned a while ago, we do so many things and we need people handling those duties, and we're very fortunate in this county to have such quality people. I want to thank our supervisors, our administrators, and those who really are out there with the rubber meets the road, the classroom teachers, and those who drive our buses and keep our kids safe, cook our meals, keep our buildings clean, and keep them well repaired. Again, thank everyone for looking in on us this morning, tonight, and watching what we have to say about the opening school. And we look forward to having you visit with us anytime you'd like to in the central office or in our local schools. Thank you.
You can get more information, supply lists, dates, and times on our school website, jc-schools.net. Thank you.